Let's stop lying to ourselves right now. You ain't grinding, you're just moving. There's a difference between effort and effectiveness. And deep down, you feel it, don't you? Every day you check boxes, chase tasks, make noise, but you ain't building legacy. You're just staying busy. That to-do list, it's your safety blanket. That calendar, it's a shield you hide behind. You think just because you're exhausted by noon, it means you're doing something important, but you're not. You're avoiding the real work, the hard work, the necessary work. You've become addicted to activity, allergic to progress. Let's call it out. This culture celebrates busyness like it's a badge of honor. But busyness without breakthrough is just burnout. You're in motion, but you ain't got momentum. You post the hustle, but your results stay quiet. That's the trap, looking productive while staying stuck. You scroll, you schedule, you plan, but you don't execute. You don't commit, you don't finish. And here's the worst part. You've convinced yourself that doing something is enough. That if you just stay moving, you'll eventually get there. But guess what? If you're running on a treadmill, it don't matter how fast you go, you're still in the same damn place. This ain't a game of motion. This is a war of precision. Stop hiding in your busyness and start asking, am I actually moving forward or just pretending I am? I remember back when I was stationed at Minot, thinking I was a machine, thinking the grind was enough. I had the checklist filled. I was the first one in and the last one out, always looking busy, always trying to impress somebody. I wore my exhaustion like it was a trophy, like if I looked tired enough, people would assume I was important. But the truth, I was hiding. I was drowning in distractions, dodging the real work that would have elevated me. I wasn't leading, I was performing. There's a big difference. And it hit me hard one night. Standing alone in that freezing hangar, running back over my day. I had moved nonstop, but I had nothing real to show for it. No growth, no clarity, just another day checked off, another box filled in. I realized I was building walls, not bridges. I was filling time, not creating value. And that's when I started asking myself, what are you actually chasing, Mike? Because busy ain't brave, and it damn sure ain't built. Built different means you stop being addicted to motion and start getting obsessed with meaning. It means being real with yourself, calling yourself out before life does it for you. I had to strip away the image, kill the fake grind, and ask the question that changed everything. Is this activity getting me closer or just keeping me distracted? That moment right there, that's when I started working different. And that's the day I started living different. So now it's your turn. Yeah, I'm talking to you, sitting there, scrolling through your feed, nodding along, but avoiding the mirror. Don't hide behind that planner. Don't duck behind your meetings. Don't act like staying booked and busy is the same as being effective. It ain't. And deep down, you know it. You're hustling, but you're not progressing. You're showing up, but you ain't locked in. You're exhausted, but you ain't executed. So let's audit this real quick. What are you actually building? Who's holding you accountable? When's the last time you did something that scared you, that stretched you, that tested the limits of your comfort zone? You want success, but you want it with comfort, with cushion, with convenience. And that's the problem. Built Different ain't about inspiration. It's about confrontation. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to wake you up. You're tired? Cool. So is every champion. You're unsure? Fine. Welcome to the battlefield. But don't you dare confuse motion with mission. The truth is, most people will hear this, nod, and go right back to their fake grind. But if you're ready, really ready, then ask yourself, am I busy because I'm building, or because I'm scared to slow down and face the real work. This ain't motivation. This is transformation. And it starts with brutal honesty, ruthless self-checks, and a decision to stop pretending and start producing. You with me? Let's call out the lie. The one they fed you since day one. If you stay busy, you're doing something right. Nah, that's a trap. Society don't want you to think. It wants you to perform. Clock in, clock out. Post your productivity, stay in motion. But never pause long enough to question if the motion means a damn thing. They want you spinning in circles, chasing the next task, the next dopamine hit from a checked box, thinking you're making progress when all you're doing is burning out. Why? Because if you ever stopped, just for a second, and actually thought about your purpose, your power, your potential, you'd break the system. You'd stop playing small. You'd stop settling for scraps. You'd stop being a cog in somebody else's machine and start building your own. But the world don't reward that kind of clarity. It punishes it. It calls it rebellious, unrealistic, dangerous, because once you realize that busyness isn't success, once you realize that silence doesn't mean stillness, once you realize that doing more ain't the same as becoming more, you become untouchable. That's when your light starts blinding people still stuck in survival mode. The lie is that comfort means progress. The lie is that multitasking is mastery. The lie is that movement equals momentum. But here's the truth, the uncomfortable, undeniable truth. Most people are sprinting toward nowhere, doing everything, achieving nothing. Don't be one of them. Get still, get real, get intentional, or stay programmed. Want to know the only real difference between winners and losers? It ain't money, it ain't talent, it ain't luck. It's mindset, period. Losers wait to feel ready, wait to feel motivated, wait for permission, like life's some kind of game show and somebody's gonna buzz in and tell them it's their turn. But winners decide. Winners wake up, look at the chaos, the noise, the doubt, and they still move. They don't wait to feel like it because they know feelings are fragile. Feelings flip, feelings lie, motivation fades, but discipline sticks. Winners build routines, not excuses. They show up when it's boring, when it's cold, when nobody's clapping. They understand that how I feel is a trap, but what I do is a weapon. Losers dream, winners deliver, and don't get it twisted. It's not about being superhuman, it's about being obsessed. Obsessed with growth, obsessed with results, obsessed with becoming undeniable. Losers live in their heads, rehearsing scenarios, overthinking every move. Winners live in execution mode. They move before they overanalyze. Mindset ain't something you're born with. It's something you build brick by brick, rep by rep. And if you don't build it, the world will build it for you, and you won't like the blueprint. So here's the play. Kill the hesitation, kill the what ifs, kill the pity party, and replace it all with action, not emotion. Action. You in or what? Here's the truth nobody told you. Maybe because they didn't know, or maybe because they were scared you'd outgrow them if you figured it out. Your life ain't about what happens to you. It's about how you see it. That's it. That's the cheat code. Same storm, different mindset, same obstacle, different outcome. Most people walk around thinking life is happening to them, when it's actually happening for them if they choose to see it that way. That job loss, it might be the spark that ignites your business. That heartbreak could be the beginning of finally loving yourself. That setback you thought broke you might have actually built you, but you were too hurt to notice. Perspective is the paintbrush for your reality. Change how you see, and you'll change what you do. Winners don't ask, why me? They ask, what's this trying to teach me? They treat every L like it's a lesson, every delay like it's a setup, every no like it's fuel. When life punches them in the face, they don't cry, they calculate, they pivot, they reload. The problem ain't your life, it's your lens. You think busy means productive because you haven't zoomed out. You think tired means progress because nobody taught you how to track real growth. But when you flip that lens, when you look at your chaos through the eyes of a builder, not a victim, everything changes. That's when pressure becomes preparation, pain becomes purpose, and setbacks become setups. So the question is, can you shift before life forces you to? Or will you wait until it all breaks before you finally open your eyes? Most people stay stuck, not because they're weak, not because they're lazy, but because they're comfortable in their chains. Yeah, I said it. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams, the quiet assassin of ambition. You ain't stuck because you don't know what to do. You're stuck because doing it would cost you the identity you built around struggle. You've gotten used to complaining, used to surviving, used to telling the same tired story to anyone who will listen. I'm trying. It's hard. I'm figuring it out. Nah, you're stalling. You're rehearsing the same pain, reliving the same defeat, because it's predictable. And predictability feels safe, even when it sucks. And here's the wild part. You'll scroll past this, nod in agreement, and go right back to the routine that's been robbing you blind. Why? Because breaking free requires confrontation. It requires sacrifice. It requires changing your mind about who you think you are. And most folks would rather cling to a broken version of themselves than risk becoming someone unfamiliar. That's the trap. That's why they stay stuck. But you've been exposed now. You can't unhear this. You can't go back to faking busy, to calling chaos grind, to settling for motion without meaning. You either break the cycle or you become it. So let me ask you, real straight, no fluff, are you brave enough to break your own patterns, or will you choose to stay comfortable in a life that's slowly suffocating your potential? If you can't control your emotions will control you. And let me be real, ain't no room for that when you're building something legendary. You want to win? Then you better stop letting every mood swing rewrite your mission. Stop letting a bad morning steal your momentum. Stop letting a sideways comment from somebody who don't pay your bills throw off your whole day. Winners ain't cold, they're calculated. They feel everything. But they respond, they don't react. You think that NBA star don't feel the pressure at the free throw line with 3 seconds left? Of course they do, but they breathe, they lock in, they execute. That's emotional control. And let me tell you, you need it more than talent, more than connections, more than hype, because life's gonna punch you in the mouth. And if you flinch every time, you'll never swing back. Emotional control is your anchor in the storm, your focus when chaos hits. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, and your mindset is system number one. Start treating your emotions like tools, not dictators. Feel them, but don't follow them. They ain't the GPS, they're just the weather report. You don't cancel the mission just because it's raining, right? No, you gear up, you show up, you adjust. So from now on, stop being a slave to every feeling that shows up uninvited. Train your triggers, master your mindset, and respond with power. That's how real ones move. You want to stop faking progress? Then you better start auditing yourself with savage honesty. I'm talking ruthless. No sugarcoating, no coddling, no I've been trying. Nah, cut the noise. Sit with your day. and dissect it. What did you actually build today? What moved the needle? What was just busy work disguised as productivity? And here's the thing, don't lie to yourself. You can post the grind. You can tell your friends you've been locked in. But deep down, you know what time it is. You know when you're executing and when you're just orbiting your goals without ever landing on them. That's why I say ruthless self-assessment is a superpower. Winners don't flinch when they find flaws. They fix them. Losers, they defend them. They make excuses. They protect their patterns even when those patterns are killing their progress. And once you've audited yourself, now comes the real test. Execution. Ideas are cute. Action builds empires. You don't need another podcast, another book, another planner. You need to move. Movement beats perfection every time. I'd rather see a B- plan executed with relentless focus than an A+ strategy sitting in a Google Doc collecting dust. Execute ugly, execute tired, execute scared. But for the love of your purpose, execute. Because talk don't make transformation, movement does. So what's it gonna be? Another week of busy noise or a breakthrough built from cold, precise, unapologetic action? Let me hit you with it straight. You're losing not because you ain't talented, but because you're distracted. Too much noise. Not enough now. You scroll before you strategize. You respond before you reflect. You're plugged into everybody's life, but your own. You've got 42 tabs open in your brain, and none of them are locked in on your vision. That's the trap. Noise is everywhere, and it's disguised as opportunity, as urgency, as connection. But here's the truth. Every notification you answer costs you momentum. Every quick check steals your compound focus. Focus is the new currency, and most of y'all are broke. Want to win? Cut the noise. I mean it. Turn off the alerts, mute the drama, log out of that fake motivation feed where everybody's pretending to grind. Shut it down, lock in, because here's the wild part. Clarity don't come through chaos. It comes through quiet, through stillness, through deep, uninterrupted work, the kind that makes your chest tighten and your purpose scream. You keep asking, how do I find my next level? But the real question is, what are you willing to remove to reach it? Focus isn't just what you aim at, it's what you're willing to ignore. And once you do that, once you build that mental fortress around your goals, you become untouchable. Not because you're smarter, but because you're unavailable to nonsense. So let this be your wake-up call. Silence ain't weakness, it's war mode. Cut the noise or stay stuck in the static. Let's get one thing clear. Motivation is trash. Yeah, I said it. It's fragile, flaky, and only shows up when conditions are cute. But greatness, that don't wait on a feeling, it's forged in routine. You keep waking up hoping you'll feel like it. But champions don't need to feel ready. They stay ready. Why? Because they built systems that fire even when they're fried. Systems that lock in when the mind wants to wander. Systems that move when the body wants to chill. Motivation is a maybe, but routine is a promise. It's a commitment. It's a non-negotiable. Daily assault on mediocrity. And it don't gotta be sexy. Stop romanticizing rituals that look good online. Ain't no candles, ain't no inspirational music, just structure, sweat, and standards. Real routines don't ask how you feel, they ask what's next. They automate excellence brick by brick. So here's the move. Pick a window of time, claim it, protect it like it's your bloodline, and during that time, you don't scroll, you don't talk, you build. Make it sacred, make it non-negotiable, because if you keep letting life dictate your schedule, you'll always be playing catch up. But if you take command, if you engineer your effort, you flip the script. You stop chasing results and start generating them. So forget motivation. Build machines, build rituals, Build rhythms that keep you dangerous even when you're drained. You want to really level up? Then stop tracking nonsense. Stop patting yourself on the back for how busy you are. And start asking, what did I move today? You're over here counting reps when you should be counting results. Too many people stuck in the loop of fake productivity, tracking calls, tracking emails, tracking tasks, but not tracking impact, not tracking breakthroughs, not tracking actual progress. You don't win by logging hours. You win by producing outcomes. And let's be real, some of y'all been grinding for years, but your life ain't changed. Your income ain't changed. Your confidence ain't changed. Why? Because you've been measuring noise, not moves. Listen, champions measure different. They ask, did I get better today? Did I close the gap between where I am and where I'm supposed to be? They don't care about looking busy. They care about becoming undeniable. So here's your blueprint. Measure energy, not effort. Measure traction, not tasks. Measure alignment, not just action. Because the truth is, if you measure the wrong thing, you'll celebrate the wrong thing and end up stuck in cycles of empty wins. That's how people burn out, chasing vanity instead of victory. So go deeper, audit your outcomes, check the scoreboard that actually counts. And if it ain't moving, then neither are you. You want growth? Then grow up your metrics. Track what changes lives, not what fills calendars. Here's the part nobody likes to talk about. Discipline is boring as hell. And that's exactly why it works. You keep looking for fireworks, for hype, for that spark that gets your blood pumping. But legends, they don't need sparks. They build slow-burning wildfires, day after day. Same grind, same reps, same unsexy commitment. And they don't complain. They don't flinch. They lock in. You think Kobe loved every 4 a.m. workout? You think Serena was thrilled to hit that same shot 500 times a day? No, but they understood something most people miss. Consistency is the flex, not talent, not excitement, just showing up when it's boring, when it's silent, when nobody's watching. The average person quits because it feels mundane. But that's where growth lives, in the repetition, in the rhythm, in the daily decision to show up even when the hype fades. The truth is, if your grind needs to be entertaining, you'll never last. Because real success is built on routines that feel like chores. It's about becoming so consistent that the work becomes part of your identity, not just your to-do list. So normalize boredom, normalize showing up without applause, normalize doing the damn work even when you'd rather sleep. That's where the gap gets closed. That's where the winners separate from the watchers. Be the one who keeps swinging long after the motivation's gone. That's what makes you dangerous. Talk is cheap, and y'all been spending it like it's free candy. I'm about to blow up. I'm grinding in silence. Just wait till they see me. Nah, show me. Don't tell me about your vision board. Show me the scoreboard. Don't post your goals. Post your results. See, a lot of people out here got master's degrees in announcements, but they're dropouts when it comes to execution. You keep hyping up the plan, but the world don't move for your potential. It moves for proof. You want to silence the critics? Show up. You want to earn respect? Produce. You want to be legendary? Then make your name ring out through evidence, not echo. A show me mentality means you don't get high off compliments, and you damn sure don't get low off criticism. You stay grounded in action. You let your life speak for you. You let your consistency slap louder than your mouth. I ain't interested in promises. I'm watching patterns. What do you do when nobody's clapping? What do you do when the likes ain't coming in? What do you do when the hype is gone and it's just you and the grind? That's what separates the real from the role players. So next time you feel the urge to talk about what's coming, pause. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself, have I earned the right to say that yet? If not, cool. Go earn it. And if you have, then don't say a word. Just smile and show them. Let me put this out there loud and clear. Clout is counterfeit. It's loud. It's fast. It's flashy. But it fades. Mastery is quiet. But it lasts. Most of y'all out here chasing attention like it pays rent. But attention don't equal excellence. You're more concerned with looking like a beast than becoming one. Posting every win, flexing every move, trying to stay relevant instead of being relentless. But ask yourself, if nobody ever saw it, would you still do it? Would you still train that hard? Would you still study that deep? Would you still grind that heavy if the camera wasn't rolling? If not, then you ain't chasing mastery, you're chasing applause. But the greats, the ones who actually move history, they vanish into obsession. They disappear into craft. They grind in silence so loud, the world has no choice but to listen. They understand that true power ain't in the post, it's in the pattern, it's in the process, it's in the daily, boring, ugly reps that nobody claps for. Mastery don't care about hype. It don't need validation. It don't beg for likes. It builds legacy in the shadows and lets the work speak. So stop chasing the quick hit. Stop needing the spotlight. Chase skill, chase depth, chase the kind of excellence that forces people to respect you, even when they don't want to. Because here's the secret. If you chase clout, you'll burn out. But if you chase mastery, the world will chase you. Here's what they won't tell you. Growth gets lonely, real lonely. Elevation ain't crowded. That next level you keep asking for, it requires separation. You can't bring everybody with you. You can't answer every text. You can't hit every brunch, every party, every just chillin' invite. Because greatness, it demands distance, not out of arrogance, but out of alignment. When you're building something real, you start realizing most people ain't on the same frequency. They love the old you, the predictable you, the you that made them comfortable. But the you that's locked in, the one that's obsessed with growth, with precision, with legacy, that version of you intimidates people still addicted to mediocrity. And here's where most folks fold. They fear being alone more than being average. So they shrink. They slow down. They self-sabotage just to stay surrounded. But not you. Not anymore. If you're gonna win, you gotta learn to thrive in isolation. You gotta be cool with quiet seasons, with unreturned calls, with showing up solo. Because your mission matters more than your mentions. You don't need a crowd. You need clarity. And clarity often shows up when the noise dies down and the fake fades out. So embrace it. Embrace the nights where it's just you and the grind. Embrace the mornings when nobody's watching. That silence, that space, that's the forge. That's where champions are made. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. You want to break through? Then you need to stop negotiating with average and start declaring war on it. Yeah, I said war. Not a debate, not a discussion. A full-on, no mercy campaign against anything in your life that smells like good enough, because average is slick. It creeps in wearing comfort, disguised as balance, dressed up like self-care, whispering, "It's okay, you've done enough." But deep down, you know it's not enough. You know you were built for more, born for more, called to be more, and still you settle. Still you delay. Still you choose the easy route because it's familiar. But let me remind you, familiar don't mean fruitful. It means stagnant. And average is the graveyard of potential. It's the soft pillow where dreams suffocate. So wake up. Every time you skip that rep, that call, that hard decision, you feed the enemy. And that enemy ain't out there. It's in you. It's the lazy voice, the distracted voice, The voice that says, let's chill today, we'll go hard tomorrow. Kill that voice, starve it, drown it in discipline. Every move you make needs to scream, I refuse to be mediocre. That's the mindset. That's the mission. This ain't just about winning. It's about domination. It's about being so allergic to average that even your worst day is still sharper than most people's best. So write it down, stamp it in your brain, tattoo it on your purpose. I will not be average. I will not die regular. I'm built different, and I'm here to prove it. You keep saying you don't have time. But let's be honest, you've given your time away. You've handed it over to distractions, to drama, to dead-end habits and energy vampires who add nothing but noise. And every time you do that, you ain't just wasting minutes. You're leaking power. 'Cause time is power. Time is the only resource you can't get back, can't refund, can't replace. You've got dreams dying on your calendar because you won't protect your hours like they matter. But here's the truth. Reclaim your time, and you reclaim your life. You reclaim your focus. You reclaim your fire. That means you stop saying yes just to be polite. Stop overcommitting just to feel productive. Stop scrolling, hoping inspiration finds you. You don't need more motivation. You need boundaries. Lock in, cut the fluff. Build a fortress around your goals. Make your priorities non-negotiable. Your schedule sacred. Your time untouchable. Because every just 5 more minutes adds up to a life of regret. Every I'll do it later piles into a wall between you and your greatness. You think legends operate on vibes? Nah, they operate on structure. They own their time, so they own their outcomes. And you can too, but it starts with taking inventory. Who's stealing your time? What habits are draining your hours? What excuses are you letting live rent-free in your head? A victim. Reclaim your schedule like it's your soul, 'cause it is. And when you reclaim your time, you don't just take control of your day, you take back the pen to write your entire legacy. Let's kill the fantasy right now. No one is coming to save you. Not your boss, not your parents, not your mentor, not some magic opportunity that just shows up and changes your life overnight. If you're waiting for a lifeline, this is it. If you're waiting for a sign, this is the billboard in neon lights. It's on you. Always has been. Always will be. And I know that hits hard, but it's also the most liberating truth you'll ever hear. 'Cause once you stop waiting for help, you stop waiting to begin. You move, you build, you become. You start acting like your life is a rescue mission, and you're the one holding the rope. That means you show up when you're tired. You train when it's raining. You stay locked in even when everyone else clocks out. You stop needing permission. You stop needing praise. You stop needing someone to tell you you're enough. And you prove it to yourself in silence. Being your own hero means owning the climb, eating the setbacks, and finding the strength to keep swinging even when your arms are shaking. It means leading yourself out of the dark instead of waiting for someone else to light the path. That's what this whole episode is about. It's about responsibility. It's about finally realizing that your dream isn't lost. It's just waiting on you to grow into the kind of person who can carry it. So no more waiting, no more whining, no more wishful thinking. Lace up, look in the mirror, and say it out loud. I got me. This ain't a feel-good speech. It's a call to arms. You either move now or you stay stuck forever. There is no middle lane. There is no, I'll figure it out eventually. Either you're becoming the person who breaks cycles or you're repeating them. That's the built different way. Urgency over excuses, movement over mood, legacy over laziness. You've heard enough, you've planned enough, you've thought about it enough. Now it's time to move. Not tomorrow, not Monday, right now. While it's raw, while it's uncomfortable, while the doubt's still whispering, you drown it in action. While the fear's still lurking, you outrun it with focus. Every second you delay, the old you tightens its grip. The distractions grow louder. The fake grind gets heavier. The comfort starts sounding logical. But you know better now. You've been exposed. You've been warned. So it's time to decide. Will you stay stuck in cycles that steal your greatness? Or will you finally step into the fire and own your evolution? And don't get it twisted. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect plan. There is only motion. And once you move, even if it's messy, even if it's slow, the game changes. Momentum kicks in, clarity sharpens, confidence builds. That's the secret. Action creates alignment. And that's how you separate yourself from the 99% who stay busy, but never build. So here's the last thing I'll say. If you're really built different, prove it. Not with your words, not with your mood, but with your next move. All right, here's the moment that matters most. Turn everything off. Sit in silence. Look in the mirror. Not just glance, look. Peel back the filters. Strip away the performance. Get real. Ask yourself, who am I really? Who have I been pretending to be? And who do I have the courage to become? That mirror don't lie. It don't care about your excuses, your image, your online persona. It only reflects what is. And for most people, that reflection hurts. But guess what? That pain, that sting, that's your power waking up. That's the part of you that's sick of faking, done surviving, ready to rise. So what's it gonna be? Keep fronting? Keep moving like a shadow of your potential? Or finally step into the raw, uncomfortable, unfiltered truth and become a weapon? You can't build power on a foundation of lies. You can't reach the next level while dragging around dead weight from the last one. And the only way to drop that weight is to decide right now. No more passive living, no more reactive energy, no more half in, half out lifestyle. You've got one life, and every day you spend pretending is a day stolen from the version of you that was born to dominate. So look in the mirror and declare it. I'm done shrinking. I'm done stalling. I'm done being the version of me that settles for less. From this point on, I'm not talking about it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm becoming it. This ain't motivation. This is identity. This is who I am, period. If you made it this far, respect. Real talk. I don't say that lightly, because most people tap out when it gets too real, when the mirror gets too loud, when the message starts cutting deeper than they expected. But you stayed. You sat with it. You wrestled with the truth. And that means something. That means you're not built like the rest. That means you're ready to step different, move different, live different. And I want you to remember this. This ain't the end. It's the ignition. Everything we unpack today, it's fuel, it's blueprint. It's your reminder that you don't need more time. You need more urgency. You don't need more followers. You need more focus. You don't need more inspiration. You need more execution. The work starts now, and I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if you're scared. I care if you're committed, because the gap between where you are and where you want to be is only closed by movement. Not talk, not hype, just straight up uncomfortable, relentless action. So go, build, cut the noise, shake the room, change the temperature every time you walk in. And don't just do it for you. Do it for the ones watching, the ones depending on your breakthrough to believe in theirs. We're building a culture of uncommon grit, of unstoppable effort, of unmatched energy. And if you're really about that built different life, then I'll see you next week. Same energy, same truth, more pressure. Until then, move loud, live legendary, and don't let the dream die in your hands.